Start of the second half here. The Hawks by 4 points. Willis wins the tap but can't clear the area, just like in the first quarter, the start of the game.
And Michael Tuck's in the centre square area there too, Drew.
I think he's changing with Andrew Collins in the back pocket, Robbo.
Once again, they can't get it clear. Murphy backs out of the pack. Mitchell kicks into the man. Anderson does clear it. Oh, Brereton crunch. And down went Higgins off Brereton. Morrissey put the toe in there. Brereton's after it. Had one kick in the first half, Dermot Brereton. Cameron Williams said he'd be fired up. And yeah, when he left the ground at halftime, he looked as though he was really fired up.
Good effort there by Holmes to just keep the football in for the Swans. The Hawks look threatening there. Brereton goes up over the top of the pack. The ball comes out the back. Chance for Morrissey now from 50 metres out. Morrissey's kick is not bad, right up to the goal front. Thumped away by Tui, and it's rushed through for a behind of the Hawks. So the first score of the third quarter is a behind to Hawthorn. They lead by 5 points. Bernard Tui back there. All eyes on, well, we shouldn't really put too much of a microscope on him because he gets a lot of attention, Dermot Brereton, but he's certainly a key player. Williams, sweeping hand pass. Carroll at half back. Carroll's kick into a vacant area at half forward for the Swans. It goes over to the safety of the boundary line. And there's Dale Lewis and Greg Whittlesey. There's another player, Bernie, with his jumper outside of his shorts. Darren Jarman in the foreground.
Yeah, I don't like it, Robbo. It's very easy to tackle.
And Lawrence gets the tap out. Whitman running through, but it's picked off by Morrissey. Morrissey's kicking towards the centre. Doolan comes in. He was quiet, got a few possessions early, just fumbles at the critical stage. Through comes Willis, Carroll, Stevie Wright. Hand pass, Aythorne, good play. Aythorne caught, no, shrugs the tuck tackle, which is most unusual. Kicks it in towards centre half forward. Mitchell, handball away to McKenzie. McKenzie's long kick is close. No, misses to the right. So McKenzie kicks a behind for the Swans. One behind each so far in this third term. Difference 4 points in favour of Hawthorn.
Chris Langford now not on Kappa. And we might have got a repeat of one of the most famous photos in football history when Kappa took that mark over Langford in the finals in the mid-80s. Here's Murphy. Dodges the high tackle, dodges another tuck tackle, drives it low to Kappa. Jenke. And sockers it out of play.
Actually, in the finish, Murphy's kick was just a little ordinary for a player of his calibre.
Kappa also caught behind too, Robbo, so he didn't give himself much chance if he was supposed to be leading.
Mitchell, the rover. Caught by Allen, no chance of getting it out of there. And a ball up. Well, nothing in this game, and that most people in their office tipping competition would have just automatically put down Hawthorn for the win, but it's not automatic. Oh, Lawrence went up for acceptances. Kelly out of the pack. Whittlesey back there to take the mark.
And Whittlesey looking to go to the far side. Now kicks it back in towards the centre, basically. Punched away by Hudson. Gatherers by Kelly. Dispossessed. Hudson, a quick kick. Slews off the side of his boot. Here's a chance for Bays. Given some assistance by Holmes. And Bays held when he didn't have the football by Dermot Brereton. And Brereton really can't take a trick this afternoon. It's just one of those days that Dermot would prefer to forget.
Bays has just played him very close and very tight and hasn't taken any chances on him.
Big punch goes back towards the Hawthorn goal. Aythorne chipping in, left foot kick, no mark taken. Wright gets past Whittlesey, handball goes back towards Hawthorn's goal. Picked off by Mitchell. Mitchell's kick smothered by Whittlesey, comes back to Wright. Wright's pass to Aythorne. Aythorne kicks quickly up towards full forward. No mark taken, ball at the back. Allen, kick off the ground by Lewis. And it goes through for a behind to the Swans. Lewis, 1 goal, 1. Swans lead, trail now by 3 points. Langford to kick the ball back in. Goes to that far side. Aythorne just emptied out of it there by Condon. He goes around his opposite number 3 in Lewis. Gets the kick away, back in towards the centre. The ball bounces awkwardly for Jarman. Gets the hand pass away to Tuck. He's caught by Aythorne. Could have been nearly penalised. Yes, he is.
Yeah, great tackle, Aythorne.
And
didn't give Michael Tuck much chance there, though, Robbo, that hand pass.
no, too true. Very hot. Aythorne to Kelly. Kelly gets around. Hand passes inboard to Holmes. Holmes' kick up towards full forward. No mark taken. Langford beats Tunbridge. Handballs it back. Lewis. Snapshot for goal is close and just misses to the left. So another behind today. Lewis, 1 goal, 2. His personal tally. And the difference now is just 2 points in favour of the Hawks.
What about that hand pass, though, Robbo, coming from Langford? Most uncharacteristic. Well, they've been under a little bit of pressure, Hawthorn, and making a few mistakes.
And Lewis looked a gift horse in the mouth then. Punch down to the front. Carroll, a good hand pass. Mitchell! Yes! Swans in front.
And doing all the attacking too, Drew, which is not a good sign. I thought that crunch just before half-time when Pritchard was flattened by Steve Wright may have stirred Hawthorn up a bit. But Sydney have come out all fired up after half-time and certainly doing all the attacking. We've had a couple of opportunities who've let slip, but that one Mitchell made certain of.
Well, this will be some sort of a boil-over. Actually, in the reserves, the Swans beat Hawthorn. The Swans are on the bottom. There they go again. Kelly. Off hands it comes to Jenke. Ray Jenke clearing. Nobody coming to him. Wright being shepherded off by Collins. Not a great kick. Here's Greg Williams. Ducks the head. Loses it.
No, he must get the free kick, Drew, because he had his head down picking up the ball when the tackle was applied. So he didn't actually duck his head when he was about to be tackled. He was already down there. Oh no.
Giddy.
He was only halfway up.
Saw the bloke coming and down with the head.
No, he was down there.
Oh, gee whiz, Bertie. You Brownlow medalists stick together, don't you, eh?
Oh, come on.
He is the shrewdest bloke on the football ground, this fellow.
He has the guts to get in there and get the ball.
Oh, I'm not doubting that.
27th possession. And what a mighty kick from a little guy. Oh, great goal. Lead to the Swans.
Doing all the attacking. He's played a tremendous game, Greg Williams. He's been out of football for quite a while. There's a torpedo from just inside the square there. A great kick from Greg Williams. Would have travelled 55, 60 metres. The opportunities to get to use the torpedo. It's just about gone out of football, but Greg Williams well on top of Jarman, who've played wide of each other.
Bernie's an incredible person, isn't he? Look, you just watch him now, and he's telling people to move into certain positions around the centre bounce. Even the fellow on the wing, Doolan, he seems to be having a word to him. He's in total control at that centre bounce. Lawrence gets the tap out. Aythorne, Allen for Hawthorn. Kick goes wide. Chance for Hall, who's been kept out of it pretty nicely. Hall Deer. And that was deemed as a throw by the umpire, who wasn't too far away from that. And the free kick will go to the Swans to be taken by Doolan. Not a bad kick either by that player up towards half forward. No mark. Yes, it could have been. Lewis, has it been paid? No, play on. Nearly was. Tuck. Rebound footy. Condon. Kick to half forward. Bays and Brereton. Brereton goes after it once again. He's got the football underneath. Somehow he flips it out the back. Anderson may kick a goal. His shot misses to the right.
That pass was on to Hudson.
Anderson has now kicked 3 behinds.
He may have been paying him back for that one earlier, Drew, when Hudson wouldn't hand pass it to Anderson when he ran past.
Yeah, true.
To his kick in, centre half back. At the back, Mitchell dropped it. From the tackle, Cordy. Out wider, McKenzie off the ground. Summed it up pretty well, Warren McKenzie. And the ball trundles its way towards the boundary line and over for a throw.
Actually, Allen's now picking up Greg Williams, so he didn't have a tagger in the first half, but I think Ben Allen mightn't be too far from him for the second half.
And perhaps not a bad move, because if the Swans are to win this game, it certainly will come from, well, a lot of it will come from the boot of Greg Williams.
Yeah, there's not much you can do when he gets a free kick and dodge one from 55 metres.
No, he's a great player.
Hudson hits that ball at 100 miles an hour. His left footer, beautiful. It might have been too quick for Dunstan. Jarman, dodging, weaving. That's his specialty. What a goal! Oh, the skills on display are fantastic. 3 points the margin.
Yes, none better than from that player. Tony Hall being taken from the ground at the moment. He's had a very quiet day. He's being replaced by Nugent, so Neil Cordy's done his job. But brilliant evasive skills there by Darren Jarman, the best balker in the business.
Sydney lead by 3 points. They're under pressure here. Doolan kicks it back in towards the muddy centre. Gather Williams, both hands moving, but the umpire saw it as a hand pass. Aythorne, oh, he's caught this time by Jarman, but it could have been in the back, was it? No. Play on now. Advantage. Anderson, Morrissey gets past, forced to kick now, short, and the mark is taken by Nugent, who has just come onto the ground at the expense of Tony Hall. Short pass is okay. Morrissey marks well within scoring distance. And Nugent, who hasn't played many games, but just uncannily seems to be able to pick up possessions at will when he does come on the ground and very quickly into the fray. Morrissey from 40 metres out, runs close to the man on the mark. It makes no difference. Morrissey has dobbed his first. James Morrissey's first goal regains the lead for the Hawks. 9-15, Swans at 9-12.
Yes, well, I think they've had their problems across that half-forward line, Hawthorn. Dermot Brereton very quiet. Tony Hall kept out of it by Cordy. He's been now replaced. Maybe Nugent with his pace and agility on that half-forward line may give them something.
What a contest this is. Langford leads. Almost like a full forward leading for the pass, but he was the defender playing in front. Gets around Tunbridge. Gets out to the 50, Chris Langford. The kick almost to half forward. Brereton behind, and the mark taken in front by Kelly. Away to Cordy. Kicked by Neil Cordy to half forward. Off hands, right. To Williams. Might be being tagged, but he's still getting plenty of the leather. Mew. And his kick smothered and goes out of play.
Tried to do just a little bit too much then, Greg Williams. Not too critical though, can you?
No. Midway through the third quarter. Just a kick in this, Hawthorn leading by 3 points. Willis comes to Williams again. He's hauled to the ground by the neck, but the Swans have it. Now this is Lewis, long kick, Kappa. Comes to the front, a big chance here, Murphy. 30 metres out, going backwards. David Murphy hooks it around, great kick, just offline. Similar to one of his earlier goals in the first quarter, but that time it missed.
And the girls getting a little excited down on the boundary line there. A few of the Swan supporters perhaps verging on loss of voice. Their performance so far in the match has been pretty good, considering the fact that they were thrashed prior to the bye by over 100 points in their previous 2 games. Brereton marks about 45 metres from goal. May kick this, Dermot. Nice long drop punt kick to the goal line. Oh, what a good mark. Kelly gets back and just runs with the football, and away he went, but the umpires asked him to come back and kick over the man on the mark, who...
Fantastic mark.
It was really, he threw himself hard at it, didn't he? And Kelly will kick the Swans back outside 50 metres. Bayes over the top. The ball goes through everyone. Sits for Cordy. Good play, Neil Cordy. He's got a player inboard, Higgins. Higgins can run all the way. Whitman's on the 50-metre line. Now he runs at him, but Higgins kicks it to the goal front. Who can take the mark? Tucks up and punches it through for a rush behind of the Swans. So they're catching up, the Swans, 9-14 to 9-15. The Hawks lead by that solitary point halfway through the third term.
Almost a wet weather score, isn't it? 9-15 to 9-14, but beautiful conditions. And Whitman's gone down just after getting rid of that kick. The defender went across his leg. Hudson. Morrissey. And we took a while away to Brereton. Starting to get a touch or two now. Very quiet in the first half. Brereton's pass to Dunstall. Comes through to the back to Jarman for his second. Didn't hook it back far enough.
Whitman may be in some trouble behind play there too. The trainer calling maybe to take him off the ground.
Well, that'd be bad news for the Hawks, who are struggling to beat the lowly Sydney Swans, and if they have Pritchard and Whitman both off the ground, they lost Johnny Platten before the start of play. It could be in a bit of froth and bubble.
And if Whitman's a defender, there must be a Swans player loose somewhere. Kelly has the football. Handball to Higgins.
Murphy's the player, Robbo, and there he is.
And he's got the footy now. Whitman limping just inside 50 metres. Murphy's got a player in the forward pocket. Whitman's got to get back there. McKenzie was the player, but Murphy... Oh, now he should be called a play on.
Too slow, Murph.
Short pass, Kappa! He's got it. But again, the distance is a worry.
He's kicking from about 45 metres out, as we saw in that first half, Robbo. He's having a lot of trouble from around that mark, that area, 45 metres. He kicked terrible off the boot.
Warwick Kappa. Accuracy is just not quite there, and it slips to the left for Amy Hines. So kick 1-1, Warwick Kappa, but Hawthorn.
I think Whitman's going off. No, he's not too good. He's not too good anyway, Chris Whitman.
12.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Hawthorn lead by 1 point. They're 9-16. The Swans are 9-15.
Langford, a great kicking to the cricket pitch area, and an excellent mark is taken by Lawrence. Tuck hurt in that one, or not another one. Tuck gets up very gingerly. Lawrence is kicked to centre half forward. Brereton climbs, but in front, Cordy. Fine mark.
And he's played a great game here, Cordy. Across that half-back line, he's had Tony Hall taken from the ground. Whitman going off now, and Tony Hall coming back on.
Well, the Swans have got a big chance to have an upset. Been a round of a couple of upsets already. Kick by Holmes. Almost Tunbridge. Mitchell pulled off it when he didn't have it. Against Allen. Players dashing to the forward line, giving leads. Carroll, he's the man to have the ball. He can kick it 60 metres.
I thought out by himself to the other side of the ground.
Yeah, I think Dennis Carroll will probably have a pot shot at this.
It's almost a stab pass for Dennis Carroll from there. Although he's still looking around, he doesn't look too confident about the distance.
He'll be kicking from about 55, so it'll be a 60-metre kick to make the distance. Clear the pack.
Not a bad effort. Very close. Oh, on the mark! Kappa on the line. Well, that's what the fans haven't seen for a lot of years up here.
Terrific stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a very good mark by Kappa, but gee, I wonder about the defence of the Hawthorn players there.
And he's got white paint all over his left arm, so he's fallen right on that, see, with the left arm right on the goal line.
Jakey did nothing to stop his run in at that ball there. He just stood back and let Kappa have a free run in.
This for the Swans to hit the front, and they lead by 5 points. (10-15 to 9-16).
I don't think Jakey's the ideal man to be playing with Kappa. He played on him earlier in the season at Princes Park in their first encounter, and Kappa did quite well playing on Jakey. I think he'd really appreciate having Langford moved off him. Of course, Langford had to pick up Tunbridge, who was doing well on Michael Tuck. Warwick Kappa a little bit too good for Jenky.
Sydney lead by 5 points. We've got 10 3/4 minutes left in the third quarter. Looking for the free kick there is Condon. But the umpires haven't done a bad job, because in that muddy centre it is obviously very difficult for the players to move it on, and they haven't really given any free kicks at all to the players that have gone in after that football. Hawthorn up towards centre half forward. Bays and Brereton. Bays doing the shepherding. Ball comes out. Athorn over the top. Will it sit for Mitchell? Oh, he made it a little bit easier for himself. It was difficult. Athorn handball. Tony Hall back on the ground. Gets the hand pass back to Mew. Mew's kick close to the boundary line. Kelly, what a great mark.
Yeah, two terrific grabs this quarter from this man.
Bernie.
Yes, terrific play.
And he is a recruit from, I'm sure, down near the river. Down near the Murray River, Paul Kelly. And if we can build on that for the Swans, maybe they can get 3 or 4 over the summer. Surely the future of AFL football in Sydney is going to be promising.
Wagga Tigers.
And he's a good player. There's another one, Vin Doolan. And I keep calling him Vin. Why? His name is Ben. Bustling Ben Doolan up towards centre half forward. Now here's another one, Lewis. Handball back, Mitchell. A stalwart of the Swans. Left foot kick towards full forward. Goes across the face. And the very reliable Langford clears for Hawthorn. Out towards the wing. It's dropped but picked up quickly by Deere. Deere's high kick towards centre half forward. Brereton flies high, can't mark. Jarman tries to pick up the crumbs. Carroll there. Doolan dispossesses and gets the hand pass away to Higgins. What can the Swans do? Quickly onto the ground, Stevie Wright runs and kicks it past Tuck up towards full forward, punched away, goes out towards the 50-metre line. Mitchell leads in the race. Shepherd is not bad. No, it's Crude, and Jenky will get it, and it's going to go against the Swans player back there. Can't pick him up quite. Is it McKenzie? And Jenky will take the free kick.
Yeah, McKenzie on the mark.
Short pass by Jenky finds Morrissey at half-back. Ben Doolan is bustling. Ben, what was Vin?
Vicious Vinnie Doolan.
Brereton marks. A rare sight today. Just under 9 minutes to go to three-quarter time, and the Swans lead by 5 points. Brereton off the left. Almost an excellent mark to Deere. Gets the hand pass through, but it's intercepted. And here go the Swans. They're running in numbers. Carroll. The pass is good to centre wing. Low down McKenzie marks. He's got players going down the outside. Murphy. Long kick to the forward pocket. Jenky climbs over the top of Kappa and sees the ball out.
So I think David Murphy probably could have done a little bit more with that kick, maybe hooking it back in towards the front of the goals. It's very difficult to score from those pockets here at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
Lights on here at the SCG after half-time. Lawrence and Tunbridge. Oh, Williams a hand pass to Mitchell. Back to the goal square. Kappa and Jenky. Kappa off the ground to goal. Three goals to Warwick Kappa, and the Swans go to an 11-point lead.
Well, as I was saying, I think Kappa really appreciating the freedom of not having Chris Langford playing on him. Ray Jenky, not a natural fullback, maybe a little bit too short to be playing at fullback. But, gee, they've got their problems at the moment, Hawthorn. They're playing without much spark. Half-forward line completely being beaten at the moment with Dermot Brereton and Greg Deere very quiet. Paul Deere, sorry.
Actually, Kappa got up to his feet very, very quickly then, which was, his agility was excellent. Kick by Lawrence to half forward, no mark taken. Here's that man, Paul Deere, no free kick, and it's going to Holmes. The marking contest, he was just pushed out, so Holmes will take it for the Swans. Another player from down on the border region. Good gather by Doolan. And he kicks it beautifully. Gathers 50 metres up towards the half-forward line. Wright looking for the free kick. In there is McKenzie. So is Lewis. Tackled by Mew. A little kick off the ground. Touched by McKenzie before it went over. So it will be a boundary throw in left half-forward for the Swans. Dale Lewis. Not bad stats for a half-forward flanker. He's kicked one goal. Chance now for the Swans. Oh, down goes Murphy, high tackle, handballs away to Bays on that favoured left foot. He thumps it to the goal front. Kappa, can't mark, punched away. Collins runs into trouble. Ball still in the forward pocket area. Wright takes it away from his fellow rover Mitchell. In goes Kappa. Was that Crude? And the umpire will come in very, very quickly. Langford thought it was a bit crude. And Chris Langford in there, controlling the situation. And Kappa. Play goes on. Kappa does the ruck work. Collins now Wright. Tackled close to the boundary line. Free kick to Stevie Wright. A little too high against Collins. And still Langford and Kappa having a little to do with each other.
That's a mismatch, that one.
Well, you're a big rat for Chris Langford, aren't you, Bernie? I mean,
he's a big, strong player.
Fellow.
Big, strong like Chris Langford, yeah.
If they're casting for Superman this week, he'd get the job, wouldn't he?
Yes, I always thought he had muscles on muscles, Chris Langford. But Stevie Wright has the football in that left forward pocket. Just over 6 minutes left. So he's a chance to extend the Swans' lead. At the moment, it's 11 points. The kick goes across the face into the opposite pocket. Tapped away. Jenky has it. Kicks it back towards half forward. Swans have the numbers. Dennis Carroll about to swoop on it. Lovely hand pass. What can Athorn do? Handballs it further into the pocket. Lewis can't get past Lawrence, and Lewis really should be penalised. What's going to happen? The umpire's going over.
Boundary throw-in, I think.
Boundary throw-in.
He just ran out of room there.
11-15 plays 9-16. The Swans lead by 11 points.
Tunbridge in ruck. Brings it to the foot of the pack. The umpire's going to ball it up. Well, the Hawthorn hierarchy at the airport today were a little bit worried about the Swans lineup. They said it was their best possible side in, with the possible exception of Henwood. They made 5 changes this week. Wright, Williams, McKenzie, Kappa and Willis coming into the lineup. And, well, it's one of their better displays for the season. Thrashed in the first round by Hawthorn, hitting right back. Brereton charged at that one. Flew horizontally, couldn't mark. Look at David Murphy. A long shot for goal. Away to the right.
2 goals, 2 to David Murphy. One of the Swans' better players. Geez, a creative player, Robbo, isn't he? Murphy.
Yeah, terrific player.
When he gets a chance, got great skills.
Just under 5 minutes to go to three-quarter time, and the Swans by 2 goals.
I wonder whether I owe them an apology, Drew. I said that they were beaten by over 100 points in their previous 2 games before the bye last week. They were actually beaten by 99 points by Collingwood and 83 points by Melbourne here in their last appearance at the Sydney Cricket Ground. But they're belying all of that at the moment. Wright, Williams backs out and then kicks with the left foot towards full forward. Good mark, Lewis. No, Greg Whittlesey. It was certainly a great mark by the youngster. Just getting rid of Whittlesey with the hip.
Yeah, watch it again, Robbo. Whittlesey trying to say he was nudged out of it, but no way. Good mark there to Lewis. He should be able to put this one through from only about 25 metres.
Well, I'd like to check the age of this young man. He was born in '69, so he's 22, and he's got a great future in front of him. He punts it accurately for his second goal. 2 goals, 2 to Lewis, but more importantly, the Swans 12-16 lead Hawthorn, who are 9-16.
It's a 5-goal turn by the Sydney Swans, and this man's been in everything. Greg Williams, again, driving that ball into the forward line. Very casual mark in the end there to Lewis. He was in a much better position than Whittlesey, had the height advantage, and Whittlesey just caught in that front position where he was able to be nudged under the ball.
3 minutes 46 left. A 3-goal break to the Swans over the mighty Hawthorn. Off the ground, Higgins. Ball knocked down. Comes to Anderson. His kick to half forward. Deer. Free kick against Holmes. Deer plays on quickly. Gets the hand pass clear. On the bounce to Jarman. Ball. Beautiful play, but then he missed it.
Yeah, just a waste of that one. The best balker in the business, Darren Jarman. 1 goal 3, and that one wasn't a difficult shot at goal. He can't believe how he missed that one.
If he's the best balker in the business, how close second is G. Williams?
Yeah, dead hit. You talk about the thrashings the Swans had coming into this game. What about the thrashings Hawthorn had handed out? The last 4 games they've won by 64, 64, 50 and 87. And today they were going for 5 wins on the trot. And this would be a boil-over of huge proportions. Murphy, the hand pass in. Willis out in front of Higgins. Brereton gets him. Higgins put it down red hot, holding the ball.
Great tackle, Dermott. They need a lift from Dermott. He needs to give some spark across the forward line. Been very quiet.
Based on those stats of the victories they've had, Bernie, do you think they could be just a little lethargic coming up here against the Swans?
Just having a look at some of the results this weekend, Robbo, you can't take any matches lightly, as we saw Essendon and Richmond yesterday.
Jarman into an open goal, and he kicks it hard, but he kicks it inaccurately for his 4th behind. 1 goal 4 to Darren Jarman, and with 2.5 minutes left, they really needed that goal.
Alan Joyce was pulling his hair out with some of the misses that had.
Yes, too true. He should have really kicked that. Tui with 2.5 minutes left, kicks it into that far side. Oh, what a mark! Dale Lewis, mark of the day.
Spectacular, Robbo.
And isn't he growing in confidence? Lovely raking left foot kick similar to Bayes. Right, gets the hand pass away. Cordy, they're on the run again. Higgins, who loves to run with the footy. Right foot kick to centre for Kappa! Can't take the mark, but it's interfered with the opposition.
Has to be a free kick. Right, get in front.
The free kick will go to Langford. Boy, oh boy, what happens if he takes the mark? Do they pay that? Yep. Langford kicks it back in towards the centre. Tucky takes the mark in that muddy area right in the centre of the Sydney Cricket Ground. He kicks it effectively. Condon can't mark. Getting back was Dennis Carroll. Just taps it to his own event. Oh, in goes Brereton. He had someone in his sights then. Condon. Brereton can't get out. Gets the handball away to Deer. Tony Hall on the left foot. Shoots for goal and puts it through. Badly needed for the Hawks.
Oh, That was a goal made by Brereton. He plucked it out of that pack just as I'm sure the umpire was about to ball it up.
Yes, I was just waiting for the umpire's whistle there, Drew. I thought, here's another bounce. A ball up, and Dennis Carroll may be a little bit lucky there. Certainly come through with a full head of steam. He just got that one out. Paul Deere, a hand pass to Tony Hall, who's been very quiet. They need to lift across that half-forward line.
A minute and a half to three-quarter time, and the Swans lead by 10 points. Hawthorn trying to hit back just in the closing stages of the third stanza. Anderson back to Nugent. Most of the game on the bench. High ball. Hudson gets free. Spoil comes from behind. Desperation being shown by Tui. The umpire will ball it up.
Oh, I tell you what, that was close to being penalised.
Not a serious attempt, you don't think, Romo?
I think he bluffed the umpire then, Bernard Tui.
Yes, he may have too. Look at the tackles this quarter. 12 to Hawthorn. They've worked hard, but Sydney have made better use of the ball.
Maybe that indicates Sydney have had most of the ball. Brereton swamped. Umpire will have to do it again.
I see Langford's been moved back on Kappa down the other end of the ground, and Jenke on Tunbridge.
Actually, every quarter, the left-hand end has been the scoring end. The breeze doesn't look much. I don't know whether that's just a fluke, but Hawthorn will come home with it. Condon, time running out, just 20 seconds to go. Tuck for Hawthorn, back over his shoulder, not far enough, or behind. First score for Michael Tuck. Much quieter today than he was last week. 10-19 Hawthorn, and the margin 9 points. Well, just 6 seconds left on the clock for Bernard Tui to kick in. Now, he did go for a short one earlier on in the game, a short one to Mitchell. He'd need to kick this long, which he's done to get it out of the area. Free kick. And time will be out. So three-quarter time here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, and Hawthorn with the job in front of them. The Swans 12-16-88 lead the Hawks 10-19-79.
Can score at both ends, so it'll be right down to the wire. The last quarter, 9 points, the advantage for the Swans. Now Hall will put Hawthorn into attack. Anderson kicks it quickly. This could be a goal to Deere. The start of the last quarter will be just what Hawthorn needs. It is a goal. So Paul Deere gets his first goal and pulls Hawthorn up to within 3 points of Sydney.
It's for Paul Deere, who started on the interchange bench. He was brought on after half-time. A clever little kick there by Anderson. He didn't go for too much. And also Tony Hall did some good work running in from the wing area when the umpire threw that ball up to create the opportunity.
Well, that Paddington end to the left-hand side has been the scoring end all day. Ball up in the middle. It's not coming clear. Swans won the first quarter by 9 points. Hawthorn the second by 13, and the Swans the third by 13.
I was going to say, there's poor old Paul Kelly again at the bottom of that mud, Drew.
So from that, by the scoring, you'd think maybe a 2-goal advantage right to left. And the Hawks came into this last quarter trailing by 9 points, so it might go right to the siren. But here might be another goal in a minute. Hudson. And across the face of goals, out of play.
Maybe the ball was just caked too much mud on that, Drew, because it was a pretty poor kick from Hudson. Not his usual standard.
You'd reckon the cricket covers would have been a bit handy. Out in the middle. Deere dragged to the ground. Collins doing a bit of roving. Tuck off the ground. A goal! Swans claim it was touched, but it's given full points, and the Hawks have hit the front.
There's 2 quick goals to Hawthorn. Michael Tuck has had a very quiet day. Paul Deere doing the ruck work. And here we see a goal similar to the one kicked by Morrissey last week. He kicked a couple off the ground. Michael Tuck following suit.
Now, Michael Tuck, what a great player he's been for Hawthorn. He's played 418 games now, and that's his 320th goal. And it came at a very critical stage of this match to give the Hawks the lead. Collins in the muddy centre. But this ground has been very good considering the fact that it's been raining nearly all the week here in Sydney. Lawrence and Willis. Willis gives the free kick away, and Lawrence will kick Hawthorn back into attack if he can get his feet out of that mud. Kick falls in a little bit short. Awkward bounce for Brereton. Ball comes to the back. Carroll there against his opposing captain. Bayes tries to flip it out successfully to Mitchell, in turn to Aythorn, then Kelly, back to Aythorn. Aythorn looks further afield. No one home there for the Swans. Ball bounces, but well controlled by Lewis onto the right foot. The kick towards full forward. Kappa can't mark. Punched away. Mew and Langford combined, and Langford thumps Hawthorn up towards half forward, but a good mark taken there by Neil Cordy, and the rebound maybe to the advantage of the Swans. Higgins kicks it long and kicks it accurately and finds Tunbridge on the opposite half forward flank. He runs around, approaches centre half forward, kicks it to within 40 metres of goal, and it's a Swans mark taken by McKenzie. Well, what happened there?
Well, what is that play on?
I saw the umpire back here signal play on. That was touched off the boot back here in the centre square.
Yes, the umpire indicating that now, Drew, too. He's just confirmed that, so touched off the boot.
Well, 30 metres from the Swans' goal, we have a bounce. At the back, Murphy, handball over the top. Doolan, beaten for it, Morrissey, sweeping hand pass to the advantage of Anderson. He overruns it, but Kelly, he's a little overzealous there, Kelly, and interferes with Anderson. He'll take the free kick. Handballs away to Jarman. Jarman on centre wing, got a player in support. It's Condon, gets around, left-hand hand pass to Anderson. Anderson's short kick has been marked by Higgins, who has done a reasonable job on Paul Hudson. Hudson has kicked 2 goals. He transfers play to this near side, where Lewis has made good position. Sweeping hand pass, finds Toohey. Toohey needs to deliver this accurately. Oh, too high. A great mark taken by Allen, Lawrence and Nugent. And Nugent will kick Hawthorn to half forward.
Here's Lewis again. What a game he's playing. Young Dale Lewis. Brereton gets him, bowls him to the ground, and Brereton hurt himself rather than his opponent. It rebounds back.
They're both
A one-hander. Hudson.
both very slow getting to their feet, but good mark to Hudson. But both Brereton and Lewis very slow. And there's that mark again to Hudson. He could have been held by Toohey by the arm. It made no difference. There's Brereton in the hands of the trainers. Lewis also very slow to get to his feet.
He really came from a long way off Dermot Brereton and made the collision just as the kick departed. Paul Hudson. It's be a great start to the term for Hawthorn if he can kick this. But he's away to the right. Anyway, Hawthorn lead by 4 points.
Well, Paul Hudson, I think you'd usually put that down. There's Brereton in the picture, just taking a little while to recover and favouring a leg, but certainly running back into some sort of condition. The kick comes to this near side. No mark taken. Ball at the bottom. Williams puts Cordy under enormous pressure. Allen kicks loose off the side of his boot. It's at half forward for Hawthorn. Now Doolan, handball to Higgins. Higgins loves to run. One bounce, second bounce, and kicks it long in towards the forward pocket brilliantly and finds Love, and he's a goal kicker, Jason Love, who has come onto the ground. Short pass, not bad. Mitchell marks. Runs into an open goal. Langford tackles. You're caught, Barry. Handballs away. Wright has the football. Can't keep. Love. Langford. Nugent underneath it. Right into his back. Morrissey gets clear. Left foot kick by that player. Goes back in towards the centre. Mark is taken for the Swans by Tunbridge. Handballs away to Aythorn. Aythorn approaches the 50-metre line. Kicks it long. Lovely long kick by Aythorn, but it's marked back there by Lawrence, about 3 metres from the Swans' goal.
Steve Lawrence might have to back up on Tuesday and play for Queensland in the state game in Brisbane. Spirals or torpedo outside the 50. Mew can't take the mark. Nugent. Good pick-up. Kick by Glenn Nugent. Dunstall out of the play most of the second half. Crashes into an opponent.
Yeah, through the ball, Drew.
Yep.
A good tackle there by Mark Bayes. Here we see it again. He's gone. He's caught by that arm and just throws it away.
The kick by Bayes out to centre wing. Looking for Lewis, who's been starring, particularly after half-time. Down to the front. Murphy off to Carroll. Inside the 50 with his kick. Lawrence again. No mark this time. Right after it. Stevie Wright, well played. Mackenzie, he's got Murphy in backer. A centering kick. One out is Kappa. Well, Superman just got rid of him too easily. Palmed him off and took the mark.
And that's 50 metres also against Kappa. A ridiculous play. He was out-bustled and outplayed there by Langford, and at times you just have to accept that.
So Chris Langford up near the centre of the ground now. It's going Hawthorn's way in this last quarter. Front of the pack, Carroll missed it. Aythorne, he's lost it. Deere gets the hand pass through. Now Allen, a little one back out to Deere. His kick is offline and out on the full.
They've had some chances, the Hawks, and it might be just what the Swans need. If they can get it back up there and someone can take a clear mark and just get the lead back, well, the Swans, they just may pinch this game. That mark has been taken out there by Tunbridge. Looked a little anxious, but he got the hand pass away to Dennis Carroll. Dennis Carroll goes straight towards goal. Getting back there was Lewis. The ball's at the back. After it was Murphy. Kicked off the ground by Morrissey. The race is on now. Lewis
kick.
Could have been. Aythorne. Handball. Chance for Murphy. Still, David Murphy has a football. And with Fred Astaire-style footwork, he gets around and kicks it in towards centre-half forward. The bouncing ball awkward. Getting back Mew. Handballs away to Lawrence, and the Hawks are out of trouble. Lawrence's kick. Awkward for Brereton. He taps it to the advantage of Anderson, but he gets it back again. And Dermot Brereton might be the player that could lift the Hawks. The kick is a very ordinary one. Higgins taps it in front of himself, goes after it again, close to the boundary line. May have kicked it out on the full, has he? No, he hasn't. And it will be a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for Hawthorn, who lead by 4 points, and we've got 16 and a half minutes left in the match.
And the Swans so far scoreless in 9.5 minutes this quarter. Holmes. Tuck applies the tackle, claims the free kick, but Carroll gets the hand pass wide, and they break again. Kelly. Pass up to centre wing. Williams. Pinpoint accuracy. Williams to half forward. Murphy. Top mark and a clip over the ear.
Brilliant mark, Murphy.
Two number 35s then, Murphy and Morrissey. Back to Aythorne. His kick to centre half forward. And once again, the smallest man there is Mitchell. Outnumbered 2-1, free kick.
Why would David Murphy handball the ball all the way back to Aythorne, who's not a very good kick?
Well, just to get the game moving, I think, Robbo. That's more than anything else, and that's the trend in modern football, just to get the ball moving very quickly.
Well, they turned it over. Here's Langford up the ground. Full back to full forward. Dunstall.
Yes, as it turned out, it wasn't the right thing to do by Murphy, but he was
I just think he's a better kick than the other fellow, and then the other fellow, he lost 30 metres with the hand pass.
Yep.
He's got to kick at about 70 to be anywhere near as good as David Murphy could have been from where he was.
Yeah, sure, and he ended up under pressure anyway and had to kick left foot.
Jason Dunstall right in front, 35 metres. Close. I think it's another one. Yes. Well, the Hawks doing all the scoring in this last quarter, the money quarter, and they lead by 10.
There's 5 goals to Jason Dunstall. That's his first goal since the half-time break. He had 4 goals up to half-time. Tui's done a reasonable job on him at full-back.
And another credit here to Ben Allen, who was shifted on, I think, Drew, you said, early in the third quarter to Greg Williams, who has been reasonably quiet since then. Hawthorn lead by 10 points. The Swans need to get this ball out of the centre. They can't, and the umpire will have to throw it in the air once again. Just under 15 minutes left. Lawrence, Tunbridge tries to thump it out. Wright leaves it behind. Anderson has it, pulled off the football. Higgins kicks it quickly to centre half forward. No mark taken. Lewis has a chance. He overruns it. In goes Mitchell. Collins there. Makes a path for Nugent. Nugent's kick, ordinary, but a good result. Marked by Darren Jarman. And the kick into the pocket. Oh, spilling it. Uncharacteristically was Dunstall. And it's hurried away by Tui for a boundary throw-in. Left half forward for the Hawks. And, of course, half back for the Sydney Swans. Dunstall going back.
Kerr back on the ground. Who did he replace, Drew?
Warwick Kappa.
Kappa off the ground.
Oh, Aythorne in trouble. Tuck tries to intercept. Kick goes by Condon up towards full forward. Brereton can't mark. Bay's got back, helped out by Toohey, and Toohey kicks it out towards the wing. They need someone to take a mark. They just can't quite get it past the centre wing position. Murphy's brought to ground. Good tackle there by Lawrence. In goes Morrissey. Great endeavour by Lewis. Still great endeavour by the Swans. They can't get away. Stevie Wright perhaps giving away 20 centimetres there to Lawrence, but the free kick will go to Morrissey.
Great Dane and the Terrier, that was.
The David and Clive stuff. That big Steve Lawrence.
Morrissey now for Hawthorn, up towards half forward, punched away by Aythorn. Ball comes back towards Williams, handball to Carroll. Carroll's kick across his body, 2 on 2. Big punch from the behind position by Langford. Brereton's a chance, but he just allows it to trundle over. And with 13 and a half minutes left, the Hawks are playing all the aces in this last quarter. They lead 13-20 to 12-16.
3-1 to nothing in this last quarter, Hawthorn. Lawrence wins in ruck, comes to Nugent. Kick bounces to the 50, Mackenzie. And it's back to Cordy. High ball, not really to the advantage of the side. Mitchell there with Collins. It's taken by Jarman. Once again up the ground is Langford. Short pass, not great, but it bounces for Anderson. Anderson's pass to Tuck on his own in the forward pocket. Well, Tuck's played back, forward and in the middle. Socket a goal earlier this quarter. And if you can kick another one here, you'd have to think that the Swans' chances of winning won't look too good.
Well, I think if he shut the gate, because Sydney really struggling to score. Well, they haven't scored in this final term. The forward line is not functioning. Capper off the ground.
Distance for Tuck, about 42 metres. Didn't make the distance, and the mark in front was taken by Mackenzie.
It's Mackenzie doing the ruck work now, and Tunbridge playing at full forward.
12 minutes left, and it's 10 points the difference, the Hawks in front.
Kicks wide to this half-back flank position, but a good mark taken by Hall. And another good player with excellent hands, a great pass, and he puts it on Dunstall's chest about 35 metres out on a slight angle.
Oh, that was a brilliant mark by Hall, and good thinking too by Dunstall. He realised that Toohey, his direct opponent, had gone further up the field, and if he just led, he may have caught the Sydney Swans defence just off guard.
Well, Jason Dunstall, as you can see, has only had 7 kicks, but he's kicked 5 goals. He's now had 8 kicks for 5 goals. 5 goals, 3 in that scoreline for Hawthorn of 13-21. Well, still the Swans are a chance. They trail by, what, 11 points? But they need something to give them a bit of a rev up. A quick goal. Toohey kicks in. Pretty well straight up the ground. And a Swans mark taken by, who was it, Tunbridge?
Yep.
Kicked by Holmes. Half forward. Now the mark is taken by Love. Kicks it quickly. And it's centre half forward for the Swans. Murphy, Collins. Desperate stuff by Andrew Collins. And he holds it in for the Hawks about 35 metres from the Swans goal. They need a goal here with just under 11 minutes left. They trail by 11 points. The Hawks lead 13-21. The Swans are 12-16.
Swans in attack for a rare time. Tunbridge wins the tap. It goes to Langford. Oh, close to out of bounds on the full, but well-measured kick. And we'll have a throw-in just outside the 50. The Swans desperately needing to get a goal out of this.
Do you think he tried to keep the ball in play then?
No.
Can you be penalised for that? A bit tough.
Here's Stevie Wright. Rovers goal, this one. But Langford gets back there to take the mark in the goal square. Nothing doing on the forward line for the Swans with Capper off the ground. And they just haven't got a hope. Nugent takes the mark behind the wing. Just gets the kick away, but he was under enough pressure to have given the ball away. Wright could have taken the mark. Doolan. Good balking by Doolan. Back to Wright. His hand pass up the ground. Awkward bounce. Play on, says the umpire. The player's stopped. Kerr gets the hand pass away. Holmes. Love hasn't seen much action. Centering kick. Williams is there. Gets rid of his opponent, Greg Williams. Strength, but then holds it in. Umpire will ball it up.
A bit lucky. A bit lucky. They've really eased off on that one, haven't they, Robbo, the last 5 or 6 weeks?
He was a bit stiff, Greg Williams. He was trying to get the ball underneath so he could tap it out to the advantage, but the Hawthorn player got in the road it certainly was an opportunity for them. Whittlesey tackled. Dennis Carroll 50 metres from goal, gathers. Stevie Wright round onto that right foot. He's looked for the short pass, it's effective. And Murphy marks. I think he's too far out. Players getting a little tired. He's got to kick at 50 metres. A high kick into the square. And nearly the mark back there to Lawrence. The ball still in the goal square. Whittlesey held, but did he have the ball? Tunbridge goes after it. Now Love. Tackled by Lawrence. No, he shrugs it. Tries a check size goal. A miraculous goal, Jason Love. Oh, fantastic. Well, maybe that's just what the Swans need. The 13th goal coming from an absolutely impossible position by Love. Let's have another look, Bernie.
Yep, you won't see much better than this, Robbo. He was hard up against the boundary line. Let's have a look again. He's being tackled here by Lawrence. As he's falling, he's shoved there by Whittlesey and somehow manages to get a check side kick, a banana kick, a miraculous goal.
I think we might have seen the goal and the mark of the round right here today. That was great stuff. That was the Swans' first score for the quarter. 8.5 minutes to go. Here go the Hawks again through Deer. Dunstall being held by Toohey. Nothing doing for Dunstall. He's still after it, Jason Dunstall. Tuck going away from goal. Back to Hall. Look out! Mitchell. A ball up.
Brilliant tackle, Mitchell, but, well, the rule says if the player doesn't have an opportunity to get rid of it, he was immediately tackled there, Tony Hall. So a correct decision there by the umpire.
Hawks' lead has been cut to 5 points. Can the Swans get up yet? Out of defence and the mark taken by Collins. 2 kicks to go, a kick and a half to goal from there. Andy Collins, who's had a bit of time on the ball today. John Platten not playing. Dunstall leads with a kick dropping a bit short and the mark taken by Condon. Might just be within scoring distance. He'll be kicking from the 50, maybe 49. 21 possessions for Anthony Condon. And the Hawks really need this. They've wasted plenty of chances. 13-21 they've kicked. Not bad. A goal. Oh, a poster. Another one for the Hawks. That's 4.
Yes, 2 to Pritchard early in the game, 1 to Paul Hudson, and now Anthony Condon. And I was with you. I thought that had gone past the goal line. It can be a little misleading. Toohey comes into this near side. No mark taken. Ball goes through all players. Whittlesey first back. Tackle is by Lewis. And after he kicked the football, and I still can't work out what happens with this, sometimes the umpires pay it down the ground, and sometimes it comes back to the player who's kicked the ball. This time it goes down the ground to Tuck. Whittlesey crunched to the ground by Lewis, and Tuck will kick from about 40 metres. Kick for distance, not bad. Accuracy is not there, so another behind to Hawthorn. Kick by the captain. He's kicked 1 goal to Michael Tuck. 13-23 to 13-16. And now, importantly, the Swans need 2 goals to wrest the game away from the Hawks. We've got 6 3/4 minutes left. Toohey's short pass, and he finds Aythorne in the back pocket.
3rd and 12th on the ladder, these 2 teams. And the 12th team still a chance to win, but what a mark by Lawrence at the centre of the ground.
He's battled hard, hasn't he, Steve Lawrence?
Played well.
Had a good battle with Willis. Willis now off the ground.
Ball kick, big pack down here. Punch to the front, comes to Collins. Bit of deft footwork. Hudson, 35 metres out. No goal. Jarman. And through it goes for it behind. So that was certainly within goal-scoring distance, 35 metres. Another miss, 13-24 Hawthorn. The margin is 8 points. A couple of straight kicks from the Swans, and they could pinch this yet. Cordy. Back he goes to Mitchell. Balked the hand pass. Put it up to centre wing to Kerr. Fine mark. Pressure from Langford.
They've got to take a few risks now, I think.
Kick by Kerr to half forward. No Swan there. I don't know who he's aiming for. Mark to Condon.
Well, that's where they've fallen down on that forward line in this last term. Capper off the ground. They brought Love on, but they've had no one up there to take the mark.
They really need people running past to accept hand passes. Here's an opportunity now for Kerr. Sweeps the hand pass in the Williams direction. Over the top, no one home. Deer bumped by Stevie Wright. Here's Allen. Allen for Hawthorn now. kicks it back in towards centre-half forward. It really has to be won by the Swans. It's not. It's won by Hudson. Handball over the top. Collins from 50 metres. Goes straight towards goal. Great play, Tui. He's one out. He goes away from the full-back area. Kicks it back in towards the centre. Gathered brilliantly by Nugent. Poor kick. 50 metres from the Hawthorn goal. Tackled by Tuck on Cordy. Now Athorn. Handball Mitchell. There a chance. Holmes. Away it goes to Wright. Wright looks further afield into the forward pocket area. 2 on 1 and it's a Swans mark. Handball away. Murphy. 50 metres from goal. He fumbles. Now the Shepherd must be given. He keeps it in, does he? Yes, he does. Kicks it to the front of the goals. Who can mark this? It's helped through. A big punch back there by Mew, was it?
Yep.
Langford. Mew. And it's a behind to Sydney.
Well, bad luck for Murphy. Had he been able to control that, he was around Morrissey. Bounce just got away from him.
And young Lewis, the mark in between two Hawks. Mackenzie, right on the 50. And he'd struggle with the distance. Into a slight breeze. The Swans going this way. 6 marks to Warren Mackenzie. Tunbridge is on the goal line. Here he comes. Bit of a nudge out. There's no mark. Still in the area for the Swans. Murphy palms it down. Lovis, net! Another free goal! Did it make it? Yes!
Well, he is a goal kicker. That's exactly what he's done. Kicked 2 miraculous goals.
Yes, they are miraculous goals too, Robbo. He's kicked 30 goals for the season now, Jason Love. It makes you wonder why he'd be sitting on the bench for most of the game when Sydney's forward line hasn't been functioning all that well. And he's just got a great goal sense, this player. He just knows where the goals are. He doesn't have to have a look. Instinct.
Well, they're a chance to go forward once again. Doolan gave it away to Carroll. Carroll's kicked to half forward. Running onto it, Bays. Watch this kick. Handballs it to his own advantage. Still keeps it in. What can he do with the kick now? Slews off the side. Oh, the high flyer in the pocket was Murphy, but the free kick has been given away. So it'll be taken back there for Hawthorn by James Morrissey.
Only 1 point in it, Robbo. If he had a direct shot at goal, it could have been interesting.
Kick by Morrissey, back out towards half-back. Swans a chance again. Mitchell kicks it to within goal-scoring distance. Swans can't mark. Love again! Kickball by Murphy. Oh, has he missed? Yes, scores a level. What a finish at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Scores level with 3 minutes left. 14-18 to 13-24.
Gee, Murph. Hey, what a chance he had there to seal the game just about for Sydney. What have we got left on the clock? 3 minutes.
Plenty of time left, even if he'd have kicked a goal, I think, but would have made it difficult for the Hawks.
Murphy, 2 goals, 4. He's been the worst offender for the Swans. Kick out. High leap by Langford and a top mark. All tied up at the SCG, 102 apiece. Langford's kick to Anderson, but it cleared his head. Now the Swans have the numbers. Carroll, the skipper, out of the blue pot. Wide. Murphy. 70 metres from goal, David Murphy. Short leads are plenty. Murphy goes longer to the pocket. Lewis.
A brilliant long lead there from Lewis. Just had players running everywhere on the forward line. They've certainly lifted. We've got a smell of victory, the Sydney side. Here's that pass. And a good lead and a good pass there from Murphy.
Well, we've seen this boy take some great marks today. A couple of raking kicks which brought up goals. And he's right on the boundary line.
And who went over there to give him a little bit of advice? General Williams.
Scores level. This could nearly win the game if Lewis can goal. Oh, he hasn't brought up a score, has he? Now out on the full.
Yes.
Oh, even a point would have been handy.
Yeah, it was a bit of an anti-climax, wasn't it? The build-up was good. And more importantly, Hawthorn have possession of the football. And Morrissey tries to run off.
No, we can't do that.
Umpire very, very quickly directing to James Morrissey. He must kick over the man on the mark. He kicks it outside 50 metres. We've got 1 minute and 3/4 left. What odds the draw? Allen, kick smothered. Still at half forward for the Swans. Kelly. Murphy gets through. Handball. Lewis. He's going to score here. It is a
Poster.
About the 6th one for the day. But certainly it's put the Swans in front. They lead by 1 point.
Only,
1 minute 20.
1:20 left on the clock, 1:18 in fact. Chris Mew
Must
kicking
go
in.
straight up the ground. Mew kicks into this near side. Can they take a mark? They've got the chance now. Morrissey runs onto it. He'll kick the Hawks to within scoring distance. A mark is vital. It's there. Paul Deere. Oh, they're going to snatch this game yet, Hawthorn. What a terrific contest it's been all day.
Well, you wouldn't guarantee you'd kick this one though, Robbo, the way they've been kicking today, Hawthorn. They've kicked 13-24.
He hasn't been one of the culprits. Paul Deere, he's kicked one straight, and his second goal could put Hawthorn in front in the last minute of the game. Deere from 30 metres makes no mistake. Paul Deere's second goal gives the Hawks the lead by 5 points.
There's 2 goals in this final term to Paul Deere, vital goals. It's been up Sydney's end most of the final term, and yet they get it down there that quickly. And Paul Deere, good strong mark. Kick under pressure from about 40 metres out, right through the middle.
33 seconds left for play after this bounce. The crowd screaming Sydney, but there are plenty of Hawk supporters here who love the goal by Deere at going Hawthorn's way. The hand pass up to Hudson. Long kick. Dunstall goes to ground. Hudson's kick scores! A goal! It's all over! What a finish by the Hawks.
Yes, that's it now, Drew. Hudson's kicked his 3rd goal. 3 goals, 3. There's the big knockout from Lawrence. And Hudson from inside the square, a long kick over the pack. And just dribbling through.
And Condon, a vital hand pass too, on to Hudson. Well, 17 seconds left now.
Lawrence's ruck work was excellent at that last bounce. In comes McKenzie. Stevie Wright has the football, dispossessed by Nugent. Ball in the mud heap. Players striving to get it clear, but the umpire will be forced to ball it up once again. And this could possibly be the last passage of play. Just the seconds ticking away, maybe when he throws it in the air. No, he's bouncing it, and there's the siren. Hawthorn have won the game, but what a fantastic effort by the Swans. They led into the last minute of the game, only to lose by 11 points. Hawthorn 15-24, 114, and the Swans kicked 14-19, 103. And what a terrific game of football on a ground that has been in pretty good condition, and the players looking a little weary. But of course, the victors will go off with just that little bit more energy now, knowing that they've got the 4 points.
Well, what an effort by the Sydney Swans, though. They looked down and out. A couple of thrashings in the last couple of outings. They'd had a win and a draw in the last 7 weeks.